This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 4. Coverage you can count on.
Right now at 4.
I've been tracking some showers and storms with some gusty winds. Could you see storms in your backyard? I'll have the details tonight at 4.
Plus, a mess left behind by crowds who turned out to see President Donald Trump. Eyewitness News is asking who's footing the bill to get all of this cleaned up. Boeing is moving its space headquarters to Titusville.
The Space Coast is growing. Things are happening from here again.
What this big move means for the future of the Space Coast. Good stuff coming our way, and wet stuff coming our way, too. First to 4, we're tracking thunderstorms pushing through right now. Good afternoon. I'm George Esteban.
I'm Darlene Jones. Vanessa Eccles has the afternoon off. There were strong enough to trigger a severe thunderstorm warning in some of our areas. Let's get right to certified meteorologist Cassandra Crimi and severe weather tonight, and we just can't get a break from the rain.
You know what? We are going to get a break. We just have to wait a little bit. Tonight, really one of our last really good chances for some shower and storm activity. You can see behind me. This is actually lightened up just within the last few moments at Lake Eola, but you see raindrops on the lenses, and we talked about some of these storms becoming strong enough to get some severe thunderstorm warnings tacked onto them, and that's exactly what you're seeing. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings outside active now. I want to take you down to this first one. You can see stretching from Bithlo southward towards the Turnpike. This is going to be headed towards the north and east, and it's moving at a quick pace, about 30 miles per hour. So as we track this out for you, expected to head towards Christmas in about 4 minutes, Mims in about 23 minutes. Actually, we can advance this track a little bit more just because these storms are moving so fast. Titusville, Cocoa in the next 30 minutes. Now back into Polk County, there's another severe thunderstorm that's headed right now towards Poinciana, and we're going to be watching that very closely. Really, our southern tier has the best chance for severe thunderstorms. Biggest concerns with them, winds up to about 60 miles per hour. We move northward up into Volusia, Flagler County. We're looking at widespread light to even steady rain, still some thunderstorm activity there, and also some moving into Marion County. None of these are severe, but lots of downpours and lightning. So we're going to continue to track all this rain and storm activity. I'll continue to track it for you coming up in my full forecast. George.
All right, see you in a bit. All right, so for 6 decades, Boeing has had a presence on Florida's Space Coast. But today, the Boeing company announcing it's moving its space and launch headquarters from Arlington, Virginia to Titusville.
This is major. It is a move that could help boost the entire region. Channel 9's Mel and Hope is live at Kennedy Space Center for us this afternoon. And Mel, Boeing told you with so much activity happening there on the Space Coast, this move made sense.
And Boeing's Senior Vice President of Space and Launch is part of this move, along with several executive and support staff, and those moves begin this summer. Boeing already employs 2,500 people here in Florida from Jacksonville to Miami, and I'm told that the Space and Launch headquarters will set up in an existing facility in Titusville. We're live here at the Kennedy Space Center. Melanie Holt, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Big news happening there on the Space Coast. Florida U.S. senators are celebrating this major move. Senator Rick Scott said in a statement in part, the space industry has long been an important and iconic part of Florida's history and economic success. Senator Marco Rubio added Florida continues to be a leader in space exploration and development, serving as the United States gateway to the stars. Titusville was the center of space exploration during the shuttle program. This Boeing decision is a big deal to the city. Channel 9's Christopher Heath spoke with the NASA administrator about why the space industry feels comfortable making these major moves. He is working on that part of the story for Eyewitness News at 5.
So we have breaking news out of Brevard County now, where deputies are trying to track down a convicted sex offender on the run after he resisted arrest. Investigators say Steve Blankenship managed to escape deputies this morning after being spotted at a home on Desert Sands Avenue. It's near Satellite Boulevard in Cocoa. Blankenship was convicted of a sexual offense in West Virginia back in 2005 and was not allowed to be at the home because of a domestic violence arrest earlier this month. More breaking news right now, this time out of Orange County. That's where deputies tell us that the suspect in a deadly domestic violence shooting has died. Investigators say Ezekiel Placencia shot himself in the head Saturday. They say he first shot and killed Mary Garcia Barrios at the Park apartment on Promenade Drive. A 1-year-old was also shot in the arm but survived. 2 other children in the apartment were not hurt. The man accused of killing his family over money he spent on a Bulgarian call girl took the stand today. It was a dramatic turn in the courtroom as Grant Amato right here took the stand this afternoon, and a rare move by any defense attorney. Channel 9 Seminole County reporter Jeff Coolidge was the only TV reporter in the courtroom when it all went down.
As part of our coverage into Central Florida decides, and President Trump being here to make a big decision yesterday, announcing that he will run in the 2020 election, we were the only local station given inside access to that traveling media pool. That means our camera and reporter were inside of the perimeter for a unique look at what it's like to travel in that presidential motorcade. Channel 9 anchor Greg Warmoth is here now. And Greg, the insight I saw you give there yesterday, simply incredible.
Well, Darlene, thank you. Politics aside, this was a unique opportunity. The White House granted one local TV station inside the rope access so that they could get in and see what it's really like. And what that meant was increased security clearance for us, a chance to actually walk right up next to Air Force One under the wing, and a ride to and from the event in the presidential motorcade. The press was kept at a distance. That's normal. What happened for us is not. Invited by the White House, we took advantage of this rare front row seat to history. We are in the press pool, which means we're going to have special access to walk in underneath the wing and to have up close contact with the president. As Air Force One touched down, cameras were kept back, but our access took us with the traveling media pool for these shots of the president, First Lady, and Governor Ron DeSantis with First Lady of Florida, Casey DeSantis. And here's the beast, the personal transport limousine of the president, flown in separately to whisk him to the event. As soon as he approached his car, we were hustled back to a waiting van for our ride from OIA to the Amway. As we turned onto the beach line east, I spotted these supporters, or detractors, to my left, to the 408 west. Then we could see the Amway Center, more people, the excitement building. Out of my window, I saw U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, Senator Lindsey Graham, and former Florida Governor, now U.S. Senator Rick Scott. And there it was again, the beast, after it dropped the president and First Lady to the west side of the Amway Center. We were ushered in to the press area, and our photographer, Carrie Crossgree, given this access up close to the stage as the president was introduced. From my vantage point inside the arena, I heard cheers, "Lock her up." When it was over, back in Pool Van 3 for a return to OIA. In the dark of night, it seemed surreal as we pulled onto the tarmac. 3 planes, Air Force One, Air Force Two for the VP, and EF-1 for the First Lady, who was traveling back separately to D.C. And then the coolest moment of the day, when we were the only TV station allowed to watch Air Force One depart. This was our live broadcast, and our proximity to the plane had us feeling the power of the moment. What a night. And here it goes. Let's watch and listen to this happen live. The jet wash actually knocked our lights over.
I remember that happened live at 10 o'clock last night.
Powerful
Absolutely.
stuff there. So if you're like me, you're thinking that was an interesting route to be taking from the airport. Why that way and not
It was
sections?
the long way, there's no doubt. And the best we can understand is that they didn't want to go down residential streets because, of course, harder to secure, and that's the big thing. And then when you saw somebody whose car broke down or had car trouble, they were surrounded by part of the sheriff's department, and they were left out of their vehicle as we rode by to make sure.
Tight.
It was impressive. We were doing like 80 miles an hour.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No joke. And as far as from your vantage point, you really heard a lot of the stuff that was happening inside firsthand. And your view to the stage, too, was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, they put the press behind the television cameras that were there, and so you could hear the chants clearly. The loudest chant last night, by the way, was for Sarah Sanders, deafening. She's the press secretary when she was impromptu and brought up on the stage.
Yeah, impromptu is an understatement. I don't think she was expecting that at all.
Exactly.
And just to also be sure, it's important to know, people, well, who's going to pay for this? Well, it is one of the perks. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, incumbent president, you get to use that plane. Now, the campaign does pay for the arena and some of the other costs that involve there, but taxpayers do pay for that, and that, whether you have a Democrat in the White House or Republican, that's the way it's been until it's changed.
That is our system, Greg. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so once the massive crowds went away last night, they left a giant mess behind outside the Amway Center. We watched from our tower cam as our production company collected the stage and speakers, but left all this behind, you guys. We got our hands on the contract between the Trump campaign and the Amway Center. It says what the campaign's responsible for cleaning up any mess left behind. Well, we were out there about a half hour ago. We did see workers cleaning up the mess, but it's still unclear if they were city workers or crews hired by the campaign. The government just signed a bill that could make it harder for students to get Bright Future scholarships.
Coming up, how the new rules will make getting that scholarship a moving target.
And heavy rain, lots of lightning, strong winds, even severe thunderstorms. I'm tracking it all coming up.
Weather in Central Florida is unique. What's going on outside now could change in an instant. I'm Channel 9 Chief Meteorologist Tom Terry. When severe weather strikes, accuracy is everything. That's why we have Central Florida's only certified team of meteorologists. We use live technology to predict a storm's path with pinpoint precision, so you'll have more time to prepare. Because when every minute counts, count on us to get it right. Channel 9 Eyewitness News, it's coverage you can count on.
Doppler 9 radar is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
Okay, if you have anyone heading outside right now, here's a look at Doppler 9. Let them know there are severe thunderstorm warnings in Orange, Osceola, and Brevard counties. Our certified meteorologist Cassandra Crimmy tracking that from Severe Weather Center 9. She'll be up in a couple of minutes.
Take a look at this. You may not believe it, but it's actually phony money. The Volusia County Sheriff says a group out of Orange City was trying to pass the bills as legitimate.
So far, 9 people have been arrested and deputies are searching for 2 more suspects. The sheriff told Channel 9's Mike Springer that this counterfeit ring made $100,000 in a year.
The sheriff says this group wasn't very sophisticated, just using a printer actually to make these bills. In fact, he says the bills were so bad that most businesses knew they were fraudulent right from the get-go. The people arrested as part of this operation are facing charges ranging from racketeering to theft. Reporting in Volusia County, Mike Springer, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
A former sex offender will soon be brought back to Brevard County. Federal agents got a tip more than a year ago that 33-year-old James Groover had child pornography on his laptop. It was confiscated just as he disembarked from a cruise at Port Canaveral, but it wasn't until yesterday that deputies obtained a search warrant and got a hold of that computer. Groover was arrested in another state yesterday. Deputies haven't said just yet which state because that investigation is still ongoing.
So Cassandra Crimmy hanging in with us today, and it's a good thing you know your way around graphics back there because you were busy up until you walked up here.
I know, moving chicken. These storms are moving so fast that I'm having to keep updating that track so we know where it's headed for you. But we've been watching some showers and storms really from about lunchtime on. The northern portion up in parts of Flagler, Volusia County saw it first. Now we're seeing it in parts of Orange, Osceola, and Brevard. And we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. We've been watching this little batch in Osceola County kind of keep triggering severe thunderstorm warnings. Looking for a high of about 93 degrees tomorrow in Orlando. So coming up in about 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about why are we really going to dry out. But take a look at this 5-day forecast. Only a 20% chance for isolated showers and storms tomorrow, Friday, again on Saturday. With that, we're going to be looking for temperatures back into the mid-90s range. But as we expand this out, taking a look at our 5-day forecast at the weekend, always in view, we do return to that summertime storm pattern, but that's as we head into next week. So the weekend, not looking too bad. George?
All right, Cassie, thanks. A new grocery store is opening up in a part of Orlando that needs to be revitalized. So coming up, why this is just one piece of the puzzle now to bring people back to the area near Fashion Square Mall. That next, the former Broward County Sheriff is fighting to get his job back, why some lawmakers say he was partially responsible for the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
And all new at 5, a trip to the beach in Volusia County could soon get more expensive. We asked local leaders there why they may charge you to pay people to park in lots they've already paid for.
Of dangerous intersections.
Yeah, it's really simple. Just follow the rules.
And there's that, Darlene. Yeah, you'd think so. All right, still ahead of 4 more for you. Florida's Bright Future Scholarship is changing.
What it will take for students to earn the award and why it will change every year.
A tense encounter with Flagler County deputies.
Shoot me! Nobody wants to shoot me! Shoot me!
What that woman was wanted for in the first place that led to those scary moments.
Plus, the new bill that could push lawmakers in Washington to end a government shutdown sooner rather than later.
With the fight for Florida now underway,
Thank you, Orlando. What a turnout.
trust the team with the most local political experience.
The president knows it's essential to win Florida.
Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Live, unbiased, in-depth reporting.
Securing Florida begins right here.
Keeping you informed as Central Florida prepares to take center stage.
I stand before you to officially launch my campaign.
Channel 9 Eyewitness News. 2020 election coverage you can count on. This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 4. Coverage you can count on.
More weather coverage right now at 4:30. 3 Central Florida counties under severe thunderstorm warnings.
Some areas have seen some strong winds and storms. Let's get right to certified meteorologist Cassandra Cremy in Severe Weather Center 9. And you've been busy this afternoon.
Yeah, very busy watching the rain and storm activity develop for us and move from west to east. And like you heard George mention, we do still have a severe thunderstorm warning in parts of Orange, Osceola, and Brevard County. Now, this warning goes until 5 o'clock.
Big changes for bright futures. And you're just going to snatch the rug out underneath them. Why the scholarship that's paid for thousands of students to go to college is now a moving target.
The governor signed the measure into law, changing how students become eligible for bright futures.
And for some students, Darlene, this means college is about to be a lot more expensive. Channel 9's Deanna Albritton is showing us why the standards will change every year.
A Flagler County woman who begged deputies to shoot her is now sitting in jail. There was an intense confrontation with deputies Monday night in the darkness of night there. Channel 9 anchor Marty Salt is here now to show us exactly what happened. Marty?
Deputies were called to a house where they found a 36-year-old woman who had threatened her 61-year-old boyfriend and would not give up her knife, even for deputies. This video shows what happened.
Lawmakers are now working on new rules to make natural gas lines safer. How those new rules then could stop this nightmare from happening.
And I continue to track widely scattered thunderstorms across Central Florida and a severe thunderstorm getting closer to move offshore. I'll talk more about our rain chances for your Wednesday evening coming up.
And the area around Orlando's Fashion Square Mall is getting another big draw. Why this new store is about to, well, it's about more than just another place to shop. Stocks, they were up on Wall Street today after that Federal Reserve indicated interest rate cuts could be possible sometime this year. Here's a look at the final numbers.
You know, here at Channel 9, when we start a story, we see it all the way to the end. Coal ash is a perfect example of that. Field got the tip and showed up at meetings, showed up at protests. The more we dug into this story, the bigger the problem seemed to be. We talked with those folks who were concerned about their community, about their kids, and because of that reporting, things will change in Osceola County. At the end of the day, who knows where this story goes, but the one thing that we can promise to you is we're going to find out. And that's coverage you can count on.
All right, look at downtown Orlando right now. Look at those clouds. It is gray and dark out there and drops of water on the lens. We're tracking a small storm moving through the area, but you can still hear the thunder. It's part of a last wave of storms to move through the metro area in Orlando. Eyewitness News meteorologist Cassandra Cremy tracking it for us, but I want to point out there's still a severe thunderstorm warning in Brevard County till 5 o'clock, so lots to monitor.
And be careful out there if you are headed out. There is a new place to shop in East Orlando. Another Lucky's Market opened at Colonial Landing near the Fashion Square Mall.
Yeah, this is just one piece of a big revitalization push for the area. Channel 9's Q McCrae is showing us the bigger impacts this could have.
We found the Smith's grocery shopping and drinking a local IPA.
It's always nice to be able to have a beer while you're grocery shopping.
The Cowboys encourage that Lucky's Market prides itself on doing things a little different than its competition. Like its official bacon cutting ceremony, its Colonial Landing store opened today in hopes of benefiting its neighbors in more ways than one.
This specific spot that our store is in, if you...
All right, so we had a little audio problem there, but Q McCrae talking about the significant impact of the Lucky's Market, because that area, as we've discussed, is going through a revitalization project with tile place and expanding of the mall and maybe even some apartments. So we'll have more for you on WFTV.com on that. All right, so a group of anglers caught way more than expected while dragging a bag of fish bait off the coast of Jersey.
Oh my God!
That is a 16-foot great white shark. Yeah. Cassandra, Darlene. It tore off the bait bag before swimming away Monday. It's like, I'll take that. The East Coast has seen an increase in shark encounters over the last several weeks. Over the weekend, in fact, a Georgia swimmer was bit on the arm by a 5-foot bull shark, and there have been some shark bites in North Carolina, too. Most recently, Robin Roberts sat down with a teenager, too, so it's frightening.
It was like a big pop. It came up and hit me on my shoulder.
Experts say there are generally more sharks near the shore in the summertime, and that's where the smaller fish go because of the warmer weather. So that explains that.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think was going to happen?
I don't mess with sharks.
No, not at all.
Well, guys, remember 30 minutes ago when I said, hey, probably next time you see me, it'll be raining in downtown Orlando?
Promise is kept.
Spot on, right? We've got some pretty heavy rainfall moving across the metro. We're still tracking that severe thunderstorm warning. Almost all of us across Central Florida still dealing with the rain. Let's talk about the severe thunderstorm warning first before we get into the metro. We track it out. We can see it getting closer towards Tavares, just under 20 minutes. Also, Eustis, just over about 25 minutes for us. So there is a lot going on for us, and you can take a look as we get you outside with the downtown camera. We talked about it being on the wet side, and you can see just that. As we take you into Orlando again, this is where a lot of that cleanup has been happening today. You can see just the wet conditions that we do have, but a lot of people wondering what is happening as we take you through the rest of the evening. Most of this moisture is going to continue to move from west to east. Here we are at 8 o'clock, still tracking some scattered showers and some thunderstorms and picking up some heavy totals potentially at the coast. But good news is, as we head towards the weekend, we've got some much drier conditions headed our way. Going hand in hand with that, some hotter temperatures. We're looking at daytime highs back into the mid-90s as we head towards this weekend. Martha.
And the LGBTQ community is speaking out about something a Leesburg City Commissioner posted on social media. On to at 5, what he just told us about his comments. Plus, 9 investigates why police in Kissimmee now have to call for a supervisor anytime they investigate reports of possible domestic violence.
Happy anniversary, 9 Family Connection. 20 years of serving our community.
Channel 9 makes it easy to find the websites you see on Eyewitness News. Just go to WFTV.com and click Web Links. Then you'll be quickly connected to information you're looking to find. WFTV.com Web Links. Brought to you by Wild Florida.
Doppler 9 radar is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
The U.S. House could act soon to fix safety gaps federal investigators say led to a massive series of gas explosions last year in Massachusetts.
The same problems are found in gas systems nationwide. Channel 9's Justin Gray showing us why a looming deadline means Congress could be pushed to act sooner rather than later. Well, the search continues at this hour for a Brevard County sex offender who escaped from deputies this morning.
All new at 5, what they say he did moments before he escaped. That's making it hard to track him down.
Plus, why a day at the beach in Volusia could soon cost you more.
And I continue to track widely scattered showers and storms. We'll take a look at storm reports coming up.
This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 5. Coverage you can count on.
Right now at 5, Central Florida once again dealing with those afternoon storms that are bringing this time heavy rain and lots of lightning with them. Good evening, I'm Greg Warmith.
And I'm Martha Sagowski. Let's get right on over to Certified